Whitney's
Hey guys,
relationship with
welcome back
Bobby
to my
further
YouTube
diminished
channel.
the protected
So
influence of
today
her mother
guys,
Sissy,
for my
and also threatened her
7,600,
close
girl,
relationship
hold on,
with
I'm
good friend
talking.
Robin
Shut
Crawford.
up.
And they were
Shut the hell up. But yeah, I have 7,620 YouTube views, all my fans and members. I didn't mean to cuss the TV out, y'all, but I was trying to talk and they was over talking to me. But besides that, I hope y'all are having a wonderful morning. And it's 10:05 a.m. I was supposed to get here about 9 o'clock a.m. for my 7,620 YouTube viewers, but got here a little late. Oh yeah, Tony Bennett dies at 96. I just want to make sure everybody knows that. I was just getting the confirmation that he died. Just I'm now getting the notification 17 minutes ago that Tony Bennett dies at 96. The legendary singer had battled Alzheimer's disease since 2016. Oh, yeah, shout out to Sonora Baloo. She is one of my besties that used to go to school with me at RCC. I just found out that she moved to Pennsylvania, or she is moving to Pennsylvania if she hasn't already. I think she has already moved there. But shout out to you, Sonora girl. We're gonna miss you. We are going to miss you because I mean we have already have some new students at Robertson Community College, and another big huge shout out, y'all. I just celebrated 10 months of me being at Robertson Community College. So I have I'm honestly one of the people that's been there the longest. Well, there's some people that's been there like a year or two, and there's some people that's been Miss Tasha, my teacher, my professor, she's been there since I'm not totally sure when she got there, but I think she got there around 2019, 2020, somewhere around there.
Major fights with Bobby and Robin going on in public hotels in Hollywood for struggle over who was going to keep Whitney. Really, was she going to the angels or going to the devil? Basically, and she chose the devil.
With Bobby by her side as the 90s began, Whitney was entering the most successful period of her career. It would also prove to be a decisive and disastrous tipping point.
If we thought Whitney Houston was famous in the 80s, the early 90s took her into a stratosphere that only she occupied.
In 1991, Whitney was offered the very biggest stage to perform on. What she made of that moment gave us one of the standout pop culture moments of the era. Her rousing, gutsy rendition of the national anthem at the Super Bowl during the Gulf War placed Whitney at the center of American culture and sealed her status as the nation's sweetheart.
When I watch Whitney at the Super Bowl, I still feel the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. It's really hard not to listen to and not feel something move you really deep inside. And that is how I think Whitney went absolutely stratospheric because people listened to that and responded to it. For me, when she did the Super Bowl, what you see is this global acceptance. It's not just in America, it's global. And it's astonishingly quick. Being prepared for that is almost impossible.
This emotional barnstormer from the film soundtrack of The Bodyguard, the biggest selling soundtrack of all time, displayed Whitney at the summit of her powers. She looked good and sounded great. As well as being a superstar singer, she was now a blockbuster movie star too.
At that moment, she's become the biggest star in the world. Was that good for her? Absolutely not. Being the most famous person in the world is not a helpful thing if you've got problems to deal with. And it doesn't get easier, because you've got a great big magnifying glass on you. Then everyone wants a piece of you. Then you become more isolated. You become more inside the bubble of the people that are supposed to be protecting you.
As the pressure of her now dual career path continued, Whitney's dependency on drugs increased. Ironically, it was her real-life bodyguard, David Roberts, who tried to intervene, writing a brutally honest report on her problems and those enabling them. The full extent of his revelations came to light in this 2017 documentary. Seeing the words in black and white highlighted on the page brings home quite how bad things had become.
Part of my duty not only to protect the principal from the outside elements, is to protect them from themselves.
He cared for her, he had her back, he went to the powers that be, and he said, look, we've got to get this girl away from these people, or you've got to get some of these people away from this girl. And he was fired.
Filmed in person in an intense close-up confessional for the same documentary, David's emotional first-hand testimony is a sobering reminder of what could have been.
I'm convinced now that had anyone read, listened to, and acted upon my report, she would now be alive.
He did his best and he's always remained respectful, but clearly his small, relatively uninfluential voice was never going to be heard in the clamour for the money and the adulation and all the glamour that went with the Whitney Houston train being allowed to carry on down the track.
Key moments in Whitney's life had brought her to global superstardom, but just ahead lurked terrible personal tragedies and self-destruction.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear you.
He's on Lord. His name is Joshua.
Find your next possibility on Cars.com. Where to next?
Okay, Batman or
Superman.
Superman? Batman. Batman? Oh, yeah, Batman. Batman had gadgets and gear and cars and mansions. Batman was balling. Batman had, you know, it's kind of fancy. But the new Superman supposed to be a cold motherfucker. Nah, Superman can fly. Yeah, that's automatic. He was popping. And he was able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Yeah. Yeah, Batman was Bruce Wayne. He had paper. Oh, he did come from outer space. Yeah. And his weakness was kryptonite. See, I can't. How we gonna fuck with Superman? You right, girl. What that sound like? You right, girl. We can't fuck with Superman. Fuck Superman. Fuck with you, Superman, girl. If you don't know, you won't know. You inside the GGN motherfucking news network with your host with the most, Finding Nemo, aka Nemo Holmes. And today I got a real special guest.
What the fuck that meant?
My nephew and my homie. Yeah, hustling the mother. Yeah. What up? What you been up to, little one? Oh, I really been in studio lockdown mode. You see, I grew a little fake beard. Oh, you did? Yeah. How you do that? Nah, I got one too. Yeah, man. Nah, I really just been working, man, for the last, year and some change. I've been in the studio cooking up this little project. You got a title for it yet? Yeah, it's called Victory Lap. It's the third installment to my mixtape series, The Marathon. So it's the last one. It's called Victory Lap. From 2010 to right now, it's like, rebuilding my situation, my foundation, my fan base, playing my flag in the game, establishing my lane, establishing my company. And, as everybody say nowadays, just building brands, figuring it out, you know what I'm saying? And so I think, we've done that, So now it's time to take it to the next level. Okay, so I like that. So you really just took niggas on the move, but now you taking them on the victory lap where you just running around holding the flag. Motherfuckers know what it is. They put it on your head, waving the flag. And the most important part of building a brand, though, is making sure it's quality, not quantity. Absolutely. See, a lot of niggas do quantity. Oh, no, exactly. You got to make sure that it's all quality, that everything that they've gotten from you has been dope from the day they heard you to the last time they heard you. You know what I'm saying? For sure. And I feel like, it's so much shit out there that if it ain't quality, it's gonna get lost. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get stand up with the good shit. Yeah. What a lot of motherfuckers want to know is how did you start rapping? Honestly, man, like listening to like niggas like y'all, Like I grew up, I was born in '85. I grew up on '90s music, '90s rap music. So I just fell in love with what was going on. I used to rap to other people's stuff, you know what I'm saying? I used to play a song and just write my own verse, write my own lyrics on top of it. And then from there, just kept running with it, kept writing. I figured out that, you know what I'm saying, I see myself getting better and got serious when I got a little bit older and seen I could get money off of it. It was real, but I niggas laugh at you in the beginning. Yeah, rap come with the territory. Yeah, like when you tell your homies or like, you know what I'm saying, that you about to rap. Like I didn't tell people at first, for the first years, until I had good music that I believed in, I wouldn't even tell people that I rap. I felt like being in the street rapping is like, outcasting yourself. Calling yourself a rapper, that's damn near like you retired. Like you ain't with this. Like you're done with the hood. You found other things that are a little bit more, relaxing, like golfing and rapping. Exactly. So I had to turn it up extra sometimes. Yeah. To show like I'm not on no rap shit. Don't get it fucked up. I'm still with the bullshit, but this is what I'm doing. But I believe that too, because the first time I heard of you, one of my homies, K-Mac, was pushing your shit. You didn't have no deal, you didn't have no representation. You was just a regular nigga just making tapes and shit. So then I got the tape from him and I listened to the tape. I was like, yeah, cuz it's hard. Then I fucked around and stumbled on your video shoot that you did. Yeah, you came through. Still came to the block. You came to Ryan, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even know you was pulling up. That was big. You had put that together. I'm a hood nigga, man. I do real things. And it was like, and I always love you for that too. Niggas still talk about that to this day. I like how you and the little homies and how y'all coming together doing songs together. Cause see, the era that I come from, we could never have, guys from this neighborhood and that neighborhood do songs together. They go in their hood and shoot the video, and then I'm in my hood to shoot the video. So what y'all actually doing, y'all are the seeds of what we planted, and y'all progressively doing something that needs to be highly touted. Y'all bringing a lot of peace to the West Coast when y'all do songs together. For example, if you and YG and Joe Moses or whoever the fuck from this hood, that hood, Don Kennedy, this nigga, that nigga, and y'all do songs together, y'all make the gang members fuck with the other gang members. You know what I mean? Nah, for sure. You know that we talked about that. We sat down and just talked about it. Like, it's Damo's in the gang doing well. It's Chris in the gang doing well. And to the city, sometimes I like separate people and polarize the shit. You get the blood that's gonna follow these rappers. That's represent what they represent. Vice versa.
Y'all, they did this 10 years ago. That means they published this July 2nd, 2013. It's 2023. Rest in peace, Nip. And I was
Just
so
like shit, that shit. Let me win off your fans, you can win off mine too. And this campaign is one. And kind of let them see that it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Even because it done been kind of awkward. We be in situations and it be a gang of this side, a gang of that side. And the niggas that ain't really familiar with being around. Exactly. So they may slip up and say some shit out of pocket, but they don't mean no harm. That's just their lingo. That's what they used to saying. Like, I used to be around niggas who used to always say Twinkie. Yeah. And I'm like 20s. Yeah. 20s. Be like, they be looking at me like, Mike, nah, come from 20s. Off top. They're like, oh no, we ain't tripping. But you is tripping because you just said that word. Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, you have to get an understanding with a motherfucker where nigga understand. Look, man, you have to respect my dialect like I respect your dialect. Let's try to work on that while we with each other, because that'd be the last piece of the puzzle. Yeah, the communication, for sure. But you know what I want to comment on? This is some funny shit though, cuz. Nigga, when we was at the We Are the World Part 2, I don't even know if you was invited, nigga, but you was in there, motherfucker. You got your ass on camera. That shit was so funny to me. How you get in that shit, cuz? Nah, I was in bed. Shit.
Hold on, y'all. I'll come right back to that. Give me 1 minute. Let me make sure the YouTube live stream. Okay, I just like to go. Let's do it, baby.
Okay, control zone. Take it up.
Where did I? Where did I?
Where's your paper press by?
Yeah, I was celebrating so much on my hands on time. I can track pumping every time. It's just until my head so she'll take and get your body to my vision. I tell you, take your situation time to double. So grab my body, get your ass on the Let's get it on the pin. It's just so easy to jump. How you know? Can't take it. I can guess what you need. Only keep on teach. I didn't teach you. And so he likes to change and forget a cheat. I don't teach it. So just guess for me. She don't teach. Take time. Don't teach it. Teach it. I'm teaching touch like chocolate. I change songs on changing. I can't change on take time. Speak up, keep your tongue up. Touch your tongue. Can reach yourself right. Teach yourself on check on time. On time. I should turn to face and change our time. Teach you test on check. Feel keep it right. You check what I just kidding. No way. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Onda? I got the interview.
Yeah.
Double quarter pounder with cheese, fresh off the grill, cooked when I order it, and not a moment before. It's juicy. And listen, I keep my napkin game up because I'm not trying to cut this strip on prime strip.
Introducing Build Your Own Paleta Payaso. Open the key. Deep in hazelnut wrap.
I know I love me some of you. 2001, Jesus. That was 5 years before I was born April 25th, 2006. Aaliyah died in a plane crash April 25th, in August 25th, 2001. She passed away right before my mama's day. He died from a heart attack September 7th, 2001. Oh, that's been 22 years ago. Almost 23. Or 22. Like I said, they gave her something to get on that plane because she wasn't feeling comfortable about getting on the plane. So they gave her a pill so she would feel easier, so she would feel, easier about getting on the plane. I think it was like a sleeping pill or something. Probably Xanax or something. You know,